Yes, people, what's going on? It's your boy Big Uggs, and welcome back to another video on the Voice of the Tune. Before we get into the video, please make sure to like, to comment, and to subscribe. I'm trying to get my numbers up, so please make sure to do that. Right, so today we're talking Man City, Newcastle. Tomorrow, go to the Etihad in the 12:30 kickoff game. It's an early one, and play the current Premier League holders, Man City, live on BT Sport. This is another game for us on TV. I think our next two games are on TV again as well. I think Wolves was on TV, and also Forest as well is on Sky as well. So all our games this season, literally all of them, this calendar year 2023, has been on some sort of TV platform. So either BBC One or Sky Sports. So tomorrow we play Man City in a difficult game straight off that sort of League Cup final defeat, which, by the way, was an amazing experience. That weekend was amazing. Trafalgar Square, linking up with fans in Trafalgar Square, just having that celebration. I feel like that was a party that we were overdue for so long, And, the fans done an amazing job in keeping it civil. And even some fans stayed late to tidy up. So great fans. And this is why I say we're the best fans on the planet, man. And obviously straight from that defeat at Wembley. So now we're back into the league, and I'm glad that the cup final is over with. For myself too, for the FOMO of not having tickets, and also for the players, because people have been saying that some of the guys, their focus was not in the league, and as soon as we got to the final, we stopped winning games, and people didn't want to get injured, etc. So I'm glad that that's over with, and now we can fully focus in the Premier League and get back to winning ways. But we're met with a stern test with Man City, who are starting to find some good form. And for us, it's a difficult one because our record there, we haven't won at Man City since they were at Maine Road. So we never won in the league at Etihad. Our last win came at Man City back in 2000, where Alan Shearer scored the winner in a 1-0 win from a cross from Nobi Solano, and he got the winner. So that was 23 years ago. So it's a long time, and it's long overdue there. So our record at the Etihad stinks. Is bad. Last season I went to the game actually, and they beat us there 5-0. So, and that was during the period where Eddie Howe's come in, and it was I think it was in May actually, where we were playing some good football. So Man City know how to beat us, innit? And I've seen us lose there by a big result, 6-0 at times. So it's going to be a difficult game for us, but it's one that we have to face. We can't run from it, and we can take some joy in the fact that we played them early on in the season, and we drew actually 3-3 at our ground, and we were 3-1 up at some point, and we actually should have won the game, but City showed their class, and they managed to draw the game or bring it back to a draw. So, like I'm saying, it's going to be a difficult one, and the records, which I'm going to read out in a second, doesn't really work out in our favour. So I've done some research, and I've broken down some stats and some records into positive and negative. So I'm going to start with the negatives first, because it's always good to end on a positive note. So, like I said, our only away win in 22 Premier League matches against Man City at their ground was in the year 2000 with a 1-0 triumph, with Alan Shearer scoring the winner. Man City have won 13 consecutive home league games against us. Eddie Howe has lost all 6 of his Premier League games at Etihad as a manager, conceding 23 goals and only scoring 3. So Eddie Howe's record there too is quite bad as well. We've only won one of our last 30 top flight meetings with Man City, drawing 5 and losing 24. I guess that one came when Rafa Benitez was our manager at home, where Longstaff and Hayden had a good game. And City have scored in 28 consecutive Premier League games against Newcastle. There's another one. Newcastle are one of 3 sides yet to win a top flight game when conceding the first goal this season, along with Brentford and Nottingham Forest. So these are stats and records which goes against us, and obviously it shows that we can't go in there and concede the first goal. We've got to stay tight. We've got to perform like we did against Arsenal, where we're very compact. We sort of stuff like the problems. We answer the questions, and we handle the key men. So same again, we need to handle De Bruyne and Haaland. Those two together are a match made in heaven. De Bruyne loves playing with Haaland and vice versa. So we got to handle that problem for us to get any joy. So that's the negatives. Let's go back to onto the positives. The positives going into this game is that Eddie Howe, as a manager, he's decided we're unbeaten in 8 Premier League matches away. We've won 4 and drawn 4. So that's our longest away run in the top flight for 53 years. It's not bad. We are unbeaten against all the current top 4 sides. So we obviously drew to Man City 3-3. We drew to Arsenal. We drew at Old Trafford, and we beat Spurs 2-1. So our record against the top 4 sides is not bad, and that works in our favour. We are unbeaten in 17 Premier League games this season with Bruno, and we are winless without him. So when Bruno plays, we play well, and we seem not to lose games. So it's good that he's back. He's back from his ban, and he's missed the last couple league games, which we did miss him. To be fair to you, we missed him massively against Bournemouth. So he's back now. He played last week. He had a little knock on his ankle, but he's back now. Eddie Howe's confirmed that Bruno, in the press conference today, that Bruno is fine. He was in a bit of a short-term pain, but nothing that's impacted his week for training. So he's back in training this week. He's been training fine. He's back. It's good to see. Eddie has been talking about also the cup defeat, and he says that we were bruised, but very quickly it turned to Man City. So the focus now is Man City. I didn't think the passion and the motivation within me could increase, but I think it has. So after that defeat, Eddie Howe's talking that, he wants more. The passion of the fans showed will stay with me, and we want to return that. So he's talking as if, to say, obviously we've taken that loss, but we can now only move forward from here. The passion is still there. The passion has grown. I want to win. So he's learned from that defeat and how it felt. He's been talking about also the other players, such as Isak. He's improving with more training sessions and more understanding of what we want from him. He's probably not at his optimum, but he's getting close. He's got so much to give us, and he will add a different dimension to our team. So with Callum Wilson not firing at the minute, I would like to see Isak start in his natural position as a number 9. We've paid money for him, so let's try to get the best out of him, innit? Because recently he's been coming on as probably a second striker or on the left-hand side or a number 10. So let's put him where he plays best, and that's up top. And just sort of see how that goes. We're talking about also Gordon, he was cup tied in the final, so he couldn't play. He says he's got a big part to play. He's been working hard in the background, because when he came to us, he was a little bit short of high-end fitness. So we've done that work with him. I'm really excited about what he can do in the rest of the season. So Anthony Gordon is back available for us tomorrow. And he's spoken about also our approach to the game. So he says, I don't think our principles ever change. We're going to need to be very good defensively and very good with the ball. We're going to need to pose a threat in the game. I believe we can do that. Certainly, we need to get our foundations strong. So Eddie Howe's saying, no matter the opposition, we're not going to change our approach. We're not going to now sit back. We're still going to look for the ball. We're still going to be dominant on the ball. And having Bruno back for us is key. So that helps us do that. But is that a bit naive? But City have lost to Brentford at home. So teams have gone to Man City and gotten success, because they're not doing the same thing that they were doing last season, or seasons where they've got success and won a title, which is off the ball. They're not pressing it as a team as much. Teams are beating their press. Man City they don't sustain attacks as they used to. They're conceding more goals, and as a team they're scoring less. So but obviously most of the goals going to Erling Haaland. So yeah, the records and the stats work against us, but there's every reason why we can't believe that we can go there and get the win. So on this one, I think it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to be realistic with myself. I'm going to be honest. I don't think we're going to win the game, but we can still put in a performance that can get us something. So I think Man City will edge it based on their quality. We're going to start off strong, but their quality is going to tell, and they're going to get a 2-0 win. And this game for us is a game that I've always looked at to say, I don't feel like we should go there thinking we're going to win, or we can't expect to win this game. It's a game that we got to put in a good performance and say, you know what, whatever happens in this game, close it off and focus on other games. I'm not writing it off, of course not, but it will be for us difficult. So I'm going for a 2-0 Man City win. But you never know in football. You know, this is the best league in the world. You know, anything can happen. So the team that Eddie Howe I think should do. Obviously, Nick Pope also comes back in, so Nick Pope starts in goal for us. Trippier, Burn, Botman. I'm seeing Matt Target back in training now, and Dan Burn's last performances has not been as great. So I would try to give Matt Target a run. You know, give us something different going forward on the left-hand side. Bruno back in. So I have Bruno, Big Joe, and Longstaff. I'm not too sure about Joe Willock and his fitness. And then St. Maximum, Almiron, and I will start Isak up top. Anthony Gordon and Callum Wilson have to sit this one out, start on the bench, bring them on. But obviously that's good squad depth to have, you know, to bring on such quality players. So I'm going to go for a Man City win 2-0 just because our record there stinks. We haven't won there since the year 2000. And we're not in the best form at the minute. But as long as we do what we did against them at home, we can get some joy. But as a realist, I'm going for a 2-0 Man City win. It's your boy Big Uggs. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, to comment and to subscribe. And I'm out.